Here comes the leader. Tony Stewart is coming to pit road, and everyone should soon follow. Dick.
And Tony Stewart is going to take 4 tires on this pit stop. He's run 1 races across the street on the dirt track. He's 1 down the street in the little pavement track. This could be his best chance to win on the big track here in Las Vegas. 1 can in. Gooch waits for the tire changers to get by to get the second can of fuel in. He's happy with the amount of fuel in the car. Slow up front, smoke's gone.
But the time ticks away. 13.7 seconds for Stewart.
99 of Carl Edwards. They wanted him to pit last time by. They told him to keep an eye on his fuel pressure gauge. They're going to go off Bob Osborne's call. Right side tires, 1 can of fuel. Krista.
You can feel the energy in the pit of Marcus Ambrose as Todd Parrott gives him directions. He said, pit close to the wall, not too close. We're only coming in for rights.
And Juan Pablo Montoya is in for his final stop. 1 can of fuel, right side tires. They're going to go on the jack, and he's away.
Now that it has cycled through, this is our leader here, Carl Edwards, with 23 laps to go. He's got about a 1.5-second lead on Tony Stewart in the 14 car that's back in 3rd.
Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex.
Got battles everywhere.
9 laps to go.
Just to document Denny Hamlin's day. Had a pretty decent qualifying effort, but had to go to the rear of the field to start this race because of an engine change.
And I still say what Darian Grubb did, they had to overcome a penalty. They got back in the pack. They had to do something to get back up to the front. I still think his strategy really paid off big for them to get a great finish.
Krista?
Well, Denny Hamlin's message that he received from his crew chief Mike Ford to start this race was patience. Mike told me that track position that he had to cash in his chips on was so important. This was one of Denny Hamlin's actual best qualifying efforts here, 17th. He's never started well, but to come up from the back of the pack at a track where it's so hard to pass because of the speeds, Mike Ford is ecstatic that his driver did exactly what he told him. He was patient.
Thanks, Krista. Hey, what a day for Marcus Ambrose. He is the 4th place car. He's behind Montoya Stewart, but not by that much. If they dust it up, Ambrose is going to be right there.
And it's been a long time since he even had a top 10 finish. It's been over 12 races.
He's not just Ambrose. Larry, he's not just right there. He is eating into the lead of Tony Stewart and Juan Pablo right in front of him. He's closing quick.
And he's got about a 4-second lead over 5th place Ryan Newman in the 39 car. 6 to go.
And Martin Truex may catch Newman. That may be a battle for 5th before this is over.
The reason we have these late cautions is because you can see how hard everybody's trying for every position. That's usually where we have trouble.
How about our leader, Matt?
He just came on the radio, Mike, about 2 laps ago, and he said, Bob, the engine's making a weird noise at top end. Bob Osborne told him, just be conservative as much with it as you can. You've got a 2-second lead, and we're winding these laps down.
Now, let's see. Isn't that the same Carl Edwards that told Bob when he said, I'll be off for a few minutes, I'm coming in? Probably messing with him.
2nd place to Tony Stewart. He passes Montoya. He has 1.7 seconds separating himself from Carl Edwards, but only 5 laps to go.
Darrell, you mentioned it. Marcus Ambrose in that 9 car, he's not that far behind that 42 car of Montoya.
No, he was really closing big time when Tony and Montoya were kind of racing with each other, but I don't know if he can get to Montoya or not. It's going to be close.
1st to 2nd is a long way away with just 3.5 to go.
Carl Edwards has maybe about 1 more car he'll have to contend with, as he'll be coming to 3 to go this time.
Now that's Brad Keselowski there in front of him in a 2 car. I don't think Brad will make it easy on Carl. I don't think he'll try to hold him up, but he's not going to pull over and let him go.
Stewart pulling away from Montoya. Ambrose right there. Newman a little ahead of Truex, and Matt Kenseth coming back into the top 10 after spending half the day off the lead lap.
Had a flat tire early in the race.
Brian Vickers battling back.
See the leader going by here. As I said, Brad is like, he's not pulling over, and that's allowing Tony to close, but I think it ain't going to have enough time to get there now.
2 to go. Ambrose continues to close on Montoya, but that 5 or 6 car lengths, Montoya pulls him just a little bit in the back straightaway. That's going to be tough to make up.
Great run for Juan today. Good third place finish the way it looks. White flag in the air. She's a race now, Larry.
Stewart, after that good strategy call, can get only so close to Carl Edwards. Round turn 3 and into 4. Stewart packed it in there, but Carl Edwards. Carl Edwards gives Ford its 4th win in the last 5 races. Edwards wins the Kobalt Tools 400.
And how many races has it been since his last win? 70 or 70, wasn't it? 70.
Carl Edwards, he actually won the last 2 of
That's right, he won last year. I was thinking about Tony.
So for Carl, it's been a losing streak of 2 races.
2 races, yeah. He's made a great
Still a streak.
Great recovery.
Jack Roush with Bob Osborne atop the pit box. Carl came in here a 10-to-1 shot. And those are not long odds when you're talking racing. 19th career win. 2nd victory here at Las Vegas. And we're about to see Cirque de Carl. This beautiful gymnastics show that he puts on after every victory.
And then if he continues of what he's been doing of late, he will join the fans.
Oh, yeah, he said that's really turned out to be something special.
The difficulty there, Larry, is he's going to have to climb the fence to do it. They don't have a gate right at start finish to open. But here comes Carl.
Here he comes. He's going to climb that fence.
Going to get that flag.
All right, he's going to get the flag. Is he going to get through there somehow, Larry? He wants to.
Just not a hole to go through.
We talked at the top of the show about all the 1.5-mile tracks in this series and how you've got to be good on them if you're going to contend for the championship. This is Edwards' 10th victory on a 1.5-mile super speedway.
Good job, man. That'll make you feel better after last week. He was really hurting after last week.
Well, let's see what the judges give this one. Nice tuck. Looking up. Does he stick the landing? Oh, I'll give that a 9.9.
I'm rookie, brother. 9.9.
For that, the thrill of victory from Carl Edwards in victory lane.
Well, Carl, it's been quite a week for you. You talked about flying with the Thunderbirds, jumping off the stratosphere, and you top it off with a win. What was the key to winning today?
The key to winning today is my team, my Ford team. These guys are unbelievable. Roush Fenway's great. I got to thank Aflac for being with us, Scott's, Kellogg's. Scott's Easy Seed, you can grow grass anywhere with that stuff. Sprint, Subway, all the fans. It's unreal, man. When you're a kid, you think, boy, how cool it'd be to go to Vegas, fly a bunch of women there in your private plane, race cars. And I did it. I brought my mom, my mother-in-law, my daughter, and me. And we came here and we raced and we did it, and I'm having a blast.
Carl, does it mean any more coming off the disappointment of Phoenix?
Yeah, it means a lot coming off of Phoenix. We went home last week and I had no clue. I just didn't know how things were going to go from there. You only know, you don't get a good race car like that very often. We had another one today. I got to thank the Air Force, the Thunderbirds. They let me fly with them on Thursday, and this trophy is going over there in their hangar. They taught me a lot about discipline and about believing in what you do, and I can't thank them enough. And all of our armed service personnel serving everywhere. This is a great day.
Enjoy the win, Carl. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Third win in the last 5 Cup races, and a long way Carl Edwards has come from being a substitute teacher for the Columbia Public School District to flying high in victory lane here in Las Vegas. And he started up front third. Worst he was 29th. That was early, and he held off Tony Stewart and Juan Pablo Montoya.
Stewart brings the 14 car home in second place. Impressive comeback, Smoke, from the 1 deficit with the pit road incident.
Yeah, we just gave one away today, so I wish I can't. I don't even know what to say. We just gave one away. So this Mobile One Office Depot Chevy was the baddest thing on the West Coast today. So second sucks.
Thanks, Tony.
An emotional Tony Stewart, but the good news is after 3 of the 36 races that matter, Tony Stewart is your points leader. Kurt Busch, and it was a rough day for the Busch brothers. Second, Carl Edwards up to third. Look at Dale Earnhardt Jr. currently 11th. Jimmy Johnson, who did not lead today, 12th. And the priority is on winning. No more of this points coasting. I'll hang back. I'll think about things. They're going for the W.
Marcus Ambrose said earlier this weekend that he stuck his neck out to come over to Richard Petty Motorsports. You said they took a risk on you. After this run today, did you and them make the right move?
Well, I think I kept my job for a couple of weeks at least. So just really proud of my Stanley crew, you know. We were a little tight all day, really fought all day. Great top 5 for us. First top 5 for RPM. And just got to thank Richard Petty for believing in me and giving me a shot. And Stanley and everybody at DeWalt as well. Just we're going to have a great year. Todd Power on the box, man. He's doing an awesome job for us. And got great pit stops and a good crew. And just got a lot of energy going, a lot of good energy.
He was thrilled with qualifying. Today is good, yeah. That's Australian.
Thanks, Krista. Juan Pablo Montoya led 7 laps today. Let's get the latest from him, and our Matt Yoakum is with Juan.
Impressive run by Juan Pablo Montoya and the 42 team. How would you describe your day? Because you guys pretty much experienced it all.
It was a good day, you know. This Clark Chevy was good all day. We're a little bit off the pace. I mean, we needed a little bit. Last run, before we took the tires, I thought we were closer, even with Carl, but no, it just, you know, 14 was a car to beat today. But, you know, to get a top 5 here in Vegas after what happened the last few years here, it's amazing. You know, we had a really good Daytona, bad Phoenix, and we run good here. You know, 3 good finishes, at least on points is good. So, you know, this is, you know, amazing. We changed some guys on the pit crew, and they did an amazing job. It's nice to see.
Total package all the way around from Juan Pablo Montoya, 3rd in Vegas.
And the Busch brothers, who came in 1st and 2nd in points. Kyle Busch having a good run. He had some tire problems and then an engine problem took him out of the race and out of contention and out of the top spot in terms of the points. Kurt Busch was also involved in an earlier wreck, but worked his way back into contention and is currently 2nd in points. Dick Bergman catching up with the elder of the Busch brothers.
Well, despite the disappointment, Kurt Busch pulled into his garage area and gently put the steering wheel on the dashboard. But hometown hero, you wanted to win this one.
Yeah, we gave it all we had, and crew chief made a great call to put us up front early, and we were running smooth, just biding our time. And on that restart, I got too racy. I wanted to lead. I wanted to get that bonus point. Most of all, I wanted to do it for the hometown crowd, but you can't do that. You got to race your race, let the race come to you, and I was a little loose. I just put rear brake in it, and I had Montoya on my outside, so I spun her around. But Pennzoil Ultra Dodge, what a great run today. And I just want to appreciate my crew and everybody that they've done. I mean, they're plugging away. We're right up where we need to be in points, and it's a shift to clean program with Pennzoil Ultra, so we got to go out there and get our game pieces to win. So we're real excited about today's finish. Thanks so much as well.
And you go from here to Bristol, one of your best tracks.
It ought to be fun. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Dick and Kurt. Speaking of Bristol, Carl Edwards has won at Bristol. As we check the results from the Kobalt Tools 400 here in Las Vegas, the unofficial finishing order, Jeff Hammond. You know, Jimmy Johnson has reiterated, hey, if I'm going to lose this championship, this hold I have on things, Carl Edwards is the guy. He's fast. He's a capable driver. He works well with a crew chief and Bob Osborne.
Yeah, they never panicked today, even though there was a lot of strategy going on pit road. And then like Tony Stewart said, I want to figure out how I lost this race. Well, we know how Carl Edwards won it, making the right call as far as concerned. How about Trevor Bank finally bounces back, gets him a top 20 after winning Daytona. So a lot of these guys are looking for kind of like a bounce back day. Jeff Burton found a little bit of redemption, but a lot of other guys, including Greg Biffle, well, they fell further behind after a poor finish today at Las Vegas.
Overall, 14 leaders and 21 lead changes. Tony Stewart, 163 laps led. You felt his frustration. Carl Edwards winds up winning, leading 69 laps, but the most important at the end.